there's rules to being a journalist, right? There's an actual like foundation of like these rules that you need to follow, and no one's doing it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you're supposed to genuinely try and tell the truth. Like, it's like part of the fucking moral code of a journalist to like tell the truth, do no harm, right? Do no more harm, like, and that's not happening, right? So people are just telling any kind of story to fucking it'll destroy people.
They will ruin people's fucking lives just to get clicks.
Yeah, it's a really crazy time. I've seen just the other day, like
AdSense ruined journalism.
Dude, Border Patrol is getting shit on left and right, and it's why I wrote the book. I was kind of frustrated with that. Like, let me explain this career, because people call us border control. Right? And when you're like, that's not our name, weirdos. And I mean, high level, high end politicians and journalists call us border control. There's no such thing as border control. It doesn't exist. They just call us that. So when a journalist does that, you're like, what the fuck are you doing? That's not even our name. And
journalist moment, they will absolutely quote you on that. If you were in my position, like, there's no such thing as border control. It doesn't exist. Vincent,
oh, God!
Like, yeah, you gotta start fucking thinking like that. It drives me crazy.
Well, it's crazy because, like, Border Patrol has the green uniforms. You know, Customs, OFO, has the blue uniforms. So there was this big article about a Border Patrol agent admits to allowing, you know, illegals coming across. It's not Border Patrol. It's a fucking Customs dude. It's not even Border Patrol, but the whole picture is Border Patrol. So it's like, that's part of our struggle, is that everyone's calling us them or that or ICE. Like, ICE isn't us either. That's a whole different fucking organization. Department of Homeland Security bubble, right? But fuck, dude, you can't blame us for their shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's not fair.
They will.
They do.
Cody knows this. As a Leo, he's hated for everything.
Yeah, There's like an article come out and be like, FBI did this, fuck the cops. And I'm like, no. Don't you say that. And it's completely different.
It's a strange thing.
That's
it's a really strange thing how like our journalists have completely... I don't know. They've kind of turned their back on what they're supposed to be.
This is Brandon saying, it's the AdSense and it's the pay. It's like, how do I monopolize these clicks?
Yeah, that's
what
exactly
sounds better. It's like, ex-police officer, former police officer saves kid, or former police ex-cop hates black people, and you're like, so what? It's still you saving the kitten. You're like, how did they get that out of the article?
They're like police.
Yeah, because there's two cats and you holding the orange one, and they're like, yeah, obviously.
Well, because what journalists will actually do is they'll just be like, yeah, police officer saves cat. By the way, police officers are under fire over the George Floyd. Like, they'll just put an irrelevant fucking paragraph in there to shit on you.
It's weird.
We left. So if we can talk about.
Let's do it again. Fuck it.
Dude, it's still, because you probably haven't heard this.
Surreal.
We left a veteran speaking panel.
I know what happened. I read this. Go ahead, please.
We had just walked away from Brandon took the time out of his day. We flew to Vegas. We did this for SHOT Show and that. None of us got paid for this fucking panel. We did it out because it was like, hey, this is a positive message we want to get across.
It's a message we've been doing on the podcast this entire fucking time.
So it's like, boom, boom. Amazing conversation. An opener. I leaned over to Tim. I was like, yo, Brandon fucking killed that message. And then Cody crushed his message. Like, everyone covered down. It was awesome. We go and talk about it on the podcast. And the one segment they clip
is me talking about a joke. Like,
he didn't say.
I didn't fucking say the joke. I was like, we all said this is too far. My fucking, Purple Heart buddies and everybody was just saying, like, oh yeah, you should make this joke. And I was just saying the joke that I didn't make. And then that's what literally somebody paid. I
saw it on Twitter,
tens of thousands of dollars to text that to every primary voter in the district. That fucking happened.
It's so weird, man. And I mean, I don't listen to anything anymore because I don't believe it and trust any of it. But like, yeah, dude, I saw that and I was like, fuck this dude, bro.
Fuck this dude, dog.
Brandon hates veterans.
First he doesn't answer me on Twitter.
Fuck this dude.
I shared it, dog. Fuck you, bro. And no, that will get clipped. In response to the... That's how fucking journalists work. I fucking see you.
You're going to clip just you saying that, you laughing about him being like, that's how journalists work. And you're like, no, it's all taken out of context. No.
Well, a book that really did change my life, and I think this is an amazing book, and I'm pretty sure it was here where I read it, was Trust Me, I'm Lying by Ryan Holiday. Amazing fucking book talking about how media works and media manipulation, things like that. And they talk about stuff like this.
Yeah.
And it really, and like, the two things people share nowadays, because in the AdSense, the click culture, the two things people share are things that make you laugh and things that piss you the fuck off.
Yeah.
Those are the only things that get clicks. So they make headlines specifically to piss you off.
Yeah, so part of my military career when I was in the reserves was a psychological operations NCO. So I went and did reclass.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
And now you have a podcast. Weird.
Yeah, well, that's my point. Is that as a
He's a plant.
as someone who as somebody who understands that, I knew right away when I saw the media starting to use, and they won't say psychological operations, right? They're just using emotional influence. Really, is what you can probably term it now. But I saw it early on, and I started calling some of my SOP dudes. I'm like, bro, am I crazy? Like, no, dude. Like, that's what's happening, and it's illegal. It's illegal to use PSYOP on American, the American people. But it's still happening.
That's technically habeas corpus, isn't it?
Right. So that's the problem, is that they're not calling it that, but it's still marketing. It's marketing.
G-Van, please put the definition of habeas corpus below.
Yeah. So it's like
I love that city in Texas.
it's a great meal. Great meal. Love those tacos.
Corpus Christi. It's like Myrtle Beach with Blade Runner. Like.
But that's the thing, is I started seeing the media kind of using certain techniques, and they're drawing on people's emotions. Really, it's like it's an emotional response. When you can create an emotional response in people, you get their attention, and it doesn't matter what happens after that. If you're a trusted source, right? If you're considered an expert, which is our media, like our parents only knew the truth from the news, right? And so my mom still believes everything she reads because she's an old person who she trusted the news.
The Walter Cronkite
Right,
generation.
exactly. So now, like, people don't really have the capacity to understand how to dissect it and kind of pick it apart a little bit. So you have people that are easily manipulated just on catchphrases or fucking short beats and sound bites, and that's why we have such a divided country, an emotionally fucking charged nation, right? Just like emotional to everything. This conversation of the border patrol or the border crisis, I don't believe it should be so emotionally charged. I really believe that the left and the right would see more in the middle if they just understood, like, hey, this is kind of, all of us should be worried about this. At the same time, all of us should also support it. And when I say that, it's like, we should as America, we should support immigration, legal immigration, a process. Now, we definitely need to fix our legal process, but we should all believe in that because that's what this great nation is kind of built on. But outside of that, we should also believe in being fucking safe. You know what I mean? And making sure that our people are safe. And
One of the only functions of government.
Right. And so the thing is, like,
It's
that
supposed
argument
to be one of
that
the only
beautiful
functions.
message. So simple.
Yeah.
Everyone at the table right now is like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then it gets dissected.
Right, and then it gets ripped apart into like, bleh, and it's like, no,
You
dude,
ain't Mexican.
it's right in the middle. The answer is right in the middle, and we would all agree to it if we kind of were educated a little bit more on the subject, and we weren't just emotionally trying to prove our point. And everybody wants to like prove their point, like fucking protect America. I love this one. This is my favorite term right now. That's like people say like military aged males. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't want to break your heart, but like, it's always been military aged males who come over and work because it's easier for them to. They have the strength and the body types that can make it across and then work their fucking asses off and then either send the money back or get their family to come here. So people using that now, that's a term that was used in the media just to kind of draw emotions, right? When you say that, people are like, oh fuck, now I'm nervous. Are they going to come here and invade us? Like, I don't know, military age males, right? And so it's like, I don't know.
Oh my God, I never thought. That's just like for Iraq 14 and over.
Right. Oh, that's what I'm saying. So when you
That's
say,
what we would classify in Iraq as 14 and over, military age male.
right. So when you use that term,
So most men.
right,
Yeah,
right,
every male.
So when you use that term, people are like, fuck, should I be nervous? Like,
I think
well,
where it gets
I'm
weird
kind of
is
nervous, but at the same time, like, I'm not fucking fear mongering, and
Yeah.
that's what it turned into.